In case you're wondering, ladies and gentlemen, we're off on we're doing a film special today, doing a Downton Abbey special. Hence the rather nice rural sort of area we're going through currently. Now, of course, it's not actually Downton Abbey that we're going to see, because Downton Abbey is a made-up name. It's called something completely different. And if you happen to know, very well done to you. I bet some of you don't. What is it that makes Downton Abbey so popular? It had an opening weekend, I think, at the box office of what, 30 million or something? 10 million more than Ad Astra or whatever it was that I said the other day. And one, you know, that's Brad Pitt. I mean, he's got to have a bit of cinema draw. What cinema draw does Downton Abbey have? I mean, it's got a superb script, written by Julian Fellows. There are, you know, there are one or two lines that just stick out as being absolute classics. You know, the Dowager Countess of Grantham, I think early on in series 1 or 2, sort of asking in her usual imperious way, you know, what is a weekend? So beautifully thought of in terms of a script, and of course delivered with such character by Dame Maggie Smith. But apart from her, good old Dame Maggie, and Hugh Bonneville, you know, there's no sort of big sort of Hollywood draw. Hugh Bonneville is probably best known to most of you as being the guy in the film Notting Hill who doesn't recognise Julia Roberts' character when Hugh Grant brings her round for supper, and asks her, you know, how well her acting career is going. Another astonishingly funny film. Why would people in America find it so enthralling? It aired, I believe, on the channel PBS, which I believe is a fairly kind of stuffy channel, and it's their highest rated program in the entirety of their 45-year existence. I mean, that's extraordinary, isn't it? That this sort of beautifully crafted but singularly British drama can have such an appeal to an American audience. I think it's amazing. What is it that makes it such a wonderful thing to watch? The opening music, pure Sunday night comfy blanket watching when you know it's Monday tomorrow. And by the way, if you now don't know where we're going, you should have been reading that sign, because it says no entry, closed to the public, no entry. You must, oh my god, you must be joking. Oh, it's taken me an hour to get here. Oh no. Castle full, pre-booked tickets only, no entry, no parking. Well, tough. Shall I sing I'll sing the entry song, shall I? Do 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 do. Perhaps that was a mistake actually. I'll just pretend I'm delivering something. Dum 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 dum. Oh, it just brings back Sunday evenings. Well, it's a pretty wonderful place, isn't it? I mean, look at it. What fantastic grounds. Sheep. Bah. Ooh. What are you off to, buddy? Well, shout out to that dude. He did not have to let me stay around long taking photos, etc. Wish I brought my proper camera though. Definitely a day for a proper camera, but sadly I forgot, and it was closed. And they've got the one show in there doing all sorts of skullduggery. I reckon if I'd come in a car, he wouldn't have been nearly as happy to see me. The biking brotherhood is real. Here's a scientific question for you. Why is it hard to fart when sitting on a motorbike? What is it about the seat or whatever that makes it that much harder than if you're, say, standing or sitting on a hard chair? Something about the cushy nature of the seat, not the, as we've talked before in a previous video about my dislikes of this bike, which you can see if you press that link top right. This bike doesn't have the squishiest of seats, but it still makes it really difficult to fart. Not that I suggest you do that all the time. You know, you'll probably do yourself an injury if you go along doing it all the time. You're probably eating the wrong sorts of foods as well. Too much starch or something. Over carbohydrating. If you hydrate yourself, you drink, don't you? To hydrate yourself, you take on water. Hydroelectric power. So carbohydrate. You're what, filling yourself up with carbos? Another scientific question for you. You'll have to look it up or ask someone who actually knows things. Does carbohydrate mean that you're actually filling yourself up with carbos? Sounds very, very possible to me. Of course, if you did over carbohydrate and you are farting a lot and you're on a motorbike, could you somehow very cleverly convert your bike to biogas and instead of petrol use natural gas? And I mean, it can't get more natural. Eco warriors, one for you, I think. Stop the recycling of paper, concentrate on how motorbikes can be turned into biomass, but I can see where the confusion might have come in. Biomass fuel, there we go. That's what it's called, gentlemen. You heard it here first. And I haven't seen a petrol station either, which is why it would be much better if we were working off biomass, because then there'd be plenty of fuel, believe me. I think it was the Weetabix at breakfast. Crikey, what is that smell? And it's not me, I hasten to add. Blimey, that is strong. Cool. Anyhow, distraction. Oh, it makes my eyes water. Jesus. What have they been doing? They didn't have Weetabix for breakfast. What have they been putting on the fields? That is nasty. It's really hard to drive, think and talk at the same time. I can drive and talk at the same time, but somehow thinking makes it that much harder, which is a shame. Maybe that's why women can do this whole multitasking thing where men can't. Does that make women better motorbike riders? Now there's a question for y'all. Perhaps a little banner at the top right up there. We're going for a little yes or no competition. If women are better multitaskers, does that make them better motorbike riders? That would be fascinating. Just recently, oh hello, it's a new RS6. Oh, listen to the exhaust. If I had a spare £80,000, then I would be very tempted. I'm not a fan of the colour though. That sort of gunmetal grey. I mean, it's quite, I mean, I know they're going for a sort of aggressive look, but If I was paying 80 grand for a car, I think I'd want more than a dark grey. Especially on a day like today. I mean, look, it is dark grey. And then you're buying a car that's dark grey. I think in Britain, where we have lots of grey days, silver grey cars shouldn't be allowed because you can't see them as well. So have nice bright colours rather than the usual sort of drab stuff. Oh, what's happening here? No, I'm coming. Too slow. We could have two little competitions, couldn't we? We could have one competition about the multitasking female riders, and we could have one competition about whether you want, well, not a competition, but a little I don't know what they call them, where you have to say a sort of yes or no thing in the little card on the top right thing. I've never done one before, so maybe I'll give it a bash in this episode. So one for multitasking and one for what colour you would have your Audi RS6, considering you had all the necessary moolah to shell out. Oh, I need a hot coffee or a hot drink. Hot chocolate would be nice. If I was skiing, a hot chocolate with rum at this stage might be a little decadent. It's more of a sort of afternoon thing. A really naughty hot chocolate covered in that sort of squirty cream, chantilly cream, with a decent splosh of rum in, just to warm the cockles, as it were. But yeah, I think rum on a motorbike probably isn't such a great idea. Mind you, I'm running out of fuel as well, so perhaps rum in the fuel tank. Toes are a bit cold as well. The wind's blowing up my trousers. That's how you do a cold noise, by the way.